Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about something that's always on my mind. And since it's a book day, we're going to be talking about books versus movies. We're diving into this age-old debate, books versus movies, which is truly better? Which one truly encapsulates the story being told? Whether you're a bookworm that prefers the finer details or a movie buff that enjoys visual storytelling, there's always something to discuss. So let's dive into the pros and cons of each, giving specific examples of books and movies and their adaptations. Grab a popcorn or your favorite book and let's get right into this one. First, let's talk about books. There's nothing quite like reading a good novel. Books give us a chance to dive deep into the inner thoughts of the characters, get lost in the details, and even imagine the scenarios ourselves in our own way. Plus, they often contain subplots and background stories that movies often leave out. Take Harry Potter, for example. The book is filled with so much detailed lore, backstories, and side characters that just couldn't make it into the movie without making it 10 hours long. Another advantage that books have is the way they handle character development. An example of this is The Great Gatsby. The book gives us such great insights into Gatsby's motivations and his relationship with Daisy. You get to understand him in a way that is just hinted at in the movie adaptation. The internal monologue and narrative style allows readers to be connected to the characters in a personal way. Now let's jump over to the movie side. Movies bring story to life in a way that books simply can't, with powerful visuals and soundtrack and acting that immerses us in the world of these characters. When done well, a movie can take the essence of a book and make it into a more developed story, which can give it a new and dynamic take. For example, Lord of the Rings. While the book is filled with intricate details, the movie captures the epic battles and the beautiful landscape in a way that just gives you chills. Movies also have the advantage of pacing. While books get bogged down in details that readers might find excessive, films condense the story into more streamlined and action-packed scenes. For example, the movie adaptation of The Perks of Being a Wallflower keeps the essence of the book but presents it in a more fast-paced and visually engaging manner. It's a great choice if you want to feel the essence of the story without having to read the novel itself, even though I personally love the book. All right, let's break down some key differences between books and their movie adaptations. One of the most common changes is plot alteration. When turning books into movies, one of the most common things to do is changing events or leaving some out entirely. Think about Jurassic Park. In the book, there are several scenes or scientific discussions that don't make it into the movie. This is done to maintain pacing and film runtime, but it also leaves out some important context out of the movie. And I'm talking about Jurassic Park, the movie Jurassic Park versus the book Jurassic Park, because most people my age have not watched the actual original Jurassic Park movie because of the sequel adaptation, Jurassic World. Another big difference between books and movie adaptations is character portrayals. With the book, you might envision a character a specific way, but when the movie comes out, they look, act, and sound a lot different from what is imagined. This can either be a pleasant or very disappointing endeavor. If you're a fan of Stephen King and have read The Shining movie is a very good example of this drastic change. The Shining is a prime example of where movies took creative liberty that didn't sit quite right with the fans. So, what are the pros and cons to each medium? Let's break it down real quick. Book pros: in-depth character development, rich detail and subplot, personal interpretation. The book cons can be time-consuming, obviously, it's reading, and slower pace for some readers. While the movie pros are visually captivating, faster pace, great for quick storytelling. Movie cons are it may omit details and creative changes may alter the story. So, which do you think is better? Personally, I can enjoy both, but I personally like to read the book before I watch the movie, so I know where the creative liberties are being taken. And a lot of times, I like my books better than I like the movies. That's just my personal opinion. because the book gives detail. I like the details. Some people might find the details mundane, but I personally like the details. I think a one-to-one comparison of what I liked versus what I didn't like in a book is the To All the Boys I've Loved Before books versus To All the Boys I Loved Before movies. I personally prefer the books because you get a lot more of the story being told, especially the one-to-one experiences. But I also like the movie. I would have done with a lot of like more details being added and not a lot of mixture of books into one another. But the fact that Jenny Han was involved in the production of the movie, as well as seeing through all the character changes that were made me feel a lot better about the movie itself, because she wrote the script for the movies. So it still held a lot of the essence and the most important parts of the story that she wanted to tell. So I kind of felt better about it. But there are a lot of movies that I do not like because they do not accurately represent the books that they are portraying. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I want to know, are you a reader or are you a movie watcher? Does it depend on the scenario or the movie you're watching? Or do you also like to read the book before you watch a movie? Because that's something I do. If I hear like a movie is coming out now and it has a book, I have to go read the book before I watch the movie. I always do that because I want to know everything. Drop a comment what your favorite book to movie adaptation is and your least favorite that you've seen so far. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and make sure that you come back tomorrow for another video. Until next time, live beautifully.